Hello, welcome to my student support system. In today's class, we will discuss about hydrocephalus. This lecture is in English, and if you want to study in Hindi, you can click on I button. You will get link of Hindi lecture, and you can also visit my channel, my student support system. What is hydrocephalus? Hydrocephalus is a condition that occurs when fluid builds up in the skull and causes brain to swell. The name means water in the brain. Brain damage can occur as the result of this fluid pressure. This can lead to developmental, physical, and intellectual impairment. It requires treatment to prevent serious complications. You can see here there is bulging of even eyes and enlargement of skull. Hydrocephalus is the buildup of cerebrospinal fluid, which is normally lies in the cavities or ventricles deep in the brain and also covers the brain. The excess fluid increases the size of ventricles and put pressure on the brain tissue. CSF normally flows through the ventricles and bathes the brain and spinal cord, but the pressure is too much that cerebrospinal fluid associated with hydrocephalus can damage brain tissue. Here you can see this is normal condition. This is brain, this is ventricles where the CSF is produced and it also flows outside the brain. Okay, so it is protected and provided nutrition by this CSF normally. But when more production is there, then the ventricles swell and they put pressure on the brain tissue. What are the causes of hydrocephalus? Excess CSF in the ventricles occur in one of the following reasons. Number one, obstruction. The most common problem is partial obstruction of normal flow of CSF, either from one ventricle to the another or from ventricles to the other space around the brain. Second is poor absorption. Less common is a problem with mechanism that enable the blood vessels to absorb the CSF. Normally what happens? It is produced in ventricles and absorbed by the blood vessels. But if this absorption is decreased, then again there will be buildup of CSF. This is often related to the inflammation of brain tissue and any disease or injury. Overproduction. This is rare case when CSF is produced rapidly. More CSF is produced then it can be absorbed. It may be due to tumor of the brain. Sign and symptoms. Common sign and symptom of hydrocephalus in infants include change in the head size, usually unusual large head size, rapid increase in the size of head, and bulging of tense soft spot that is fontanelle on the top of head. This is bulging. And other sign and symptom includes vomiting, sleepiness, drowsy, irritability, poor feeding, seizures, eyes fixed downwards. This is known as sun setting of the eye. So eyes remains in this position. Deficit of muscle tone and strength, poor responsiveness to touch, and poor growth. Diagnostic investigations. Diagnostic investigation include observation, ultrasound, X-ray examination, CT scan, and MRI. Treatment. Uh, the treatment is only surgical. One of the two surgical treatments may be used for hydrocephalus. Number one is shunting. The most common treatment for hydrocephalus is surgical insertion of a drainage system called a shunt. It consists of a long flexible tube with valve that keep the fluid from brain flowing in the right direction and at proper rate. One end of the tubing is usually placed in one of the brain ventricle, and the tubing is then tunneled under the skin to another part of the body where the excess CSF can be more easily absorbed, such as abdomen. If it is in abdomen, it is known as VP shunt, and in the chamber of heart, then it is known as VA shunt. Another surgery is endoscopic third ventriculostomy. It is a surgical procedure that can be used for some children or some people. In this procedure, surgeon uses a small video camera to have direct visualization inside the brain, and surgeon makes a hole in the bottom of one of the ventricles or between the ventricle to enable CSF flow out of the brain if the cause is obstruction. Nursing management. For these babies, the head circumference should be measured daily and recorded. Vital signs are monitored such as heart rate, respiratory rate, temperature, and it recorded. Balanced diet is provided to maintain sufficient nutrition. Pressure sore should be prevented by changing the position frequently. Care should be taken during turning of the baby so that the head is turned together with the body safely. Eye care should be provided to prevent dryness of the eyes if the eyes are not closed due to pressure. Passive range of motion exercises are encouraged to prevent contractures. Parents should be explained about the disease and possible treatment to alleviate their anxiety. Post-operatively, nasogastric tube may be in place, so frequent suctioning is done and tube care is provided. After surgery, vital signs are again monitored, such as heart rate, respiratory rate, temperature recorded. To allow proper flow of CSF through the shunt should be pumped and the child should be positioned as ordered by the surgeon. And the parent should also be involved in the care. Other nursing intervention include all the nursing care of the hospitalized child that we have discussed in another lecture, Child Health Nursing. To get link of that lecture, you can click on I button. Thank you for watching such valuable videos. You can subscribe my channel, My Student Support System. You can like Facebook page, My Student Support System. And you, for making your notes, you should visit blogger mynursingstudents.blogspot.com. For more updates, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and you can join Facebook group Nursing Notes. Thank you. Have a nice day.